Hello, I'm Shannon Harris. Welcome to Window on Wilmington. On today's show, we'll tell you about the Delaware Office of Early Learning. We'll also find out about how Stand By Me 50 Plus is helping seniors. We'll find out what's new at Daphne, and we'll tell you how it's going with Delaware Humane's new building. But first, Delaware is home to one of the most advanced cancer centers in the country. Christiana Care's Helen F. Graham Cancer Center was one of the first cancer centers in the nation selected for the National Cancer Institute Community Centers program, helping to shape the way cancer care is delivered across the country. Nora, Katurakes and Joceline Valentin join us now to tell us all about it, and we're all wearing pink.
Yes, yes we are, Shannon. It's always wonderful to come to see you. So thank you for having us.
Yeah, listen, I love having you ladies on, and I'm glad we were all on the same page today. Of course, yes. You guys are, right? And I just want to say congratulations to the Helen F. Graham Cancer Center, first of all, for the great award, and what a great distinction to make, and to know that's right here in our own backyard.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and we've always said that you don't need to go outside of our community for cancer care. I'm a cancer nurse, and so I firmly believe in the care that we give. It's high quality care. It's comprehensive services across the whole continuum of cancer care. So I'm delighted to be a part of that great team and to be able to serve our community well.
Now, Nora, I don't know if most people just today and yesterday actually saw on the news how the 3D imaging is proven to be a lot more effective in breast cancer screenings.
Yes, you know, and I knew you were going to ask me that. Yeah. So Christiana Care, Breast Center, and some of the other facilities that are connected with Christiana Care has the 3D tomosynthesis. And the important thing about that is that some women have very dense breasts, and a 2D is still good, so right. I don't want people to think that they can't go get their mammogram wherever they go. I always say go to the location where you had it previous year, but if you want to learn about 3D, ask your doctor, or when you call your imaging facility, ask them, do you have the 3D? And what it does is it shows slices of the breast, and so little hidden cancers that might have been missed otherwise get picked up. And that's why they're talking about it today on the news.
And that is a great movement in the fight against breast cancer.
Absolutely. You know, and we've been around a long time talking about the fight against breast cancer, and that's why we're here to make sure that you know about some of our new programs we have in the community and how women can take advantage of them. So, you know.
Oh, excuse me.
Yes.
Susan G. Komen, you guys just got a big grant,
yes.
right?
Yes. We got a grant from Susan G. Komen. We were funded in 2013, 2014. And we just recently started our 2014-2015 grant. And what it is called the Pink Ribbon Program Comprehensive Network Grant. And it helps link some of our partners in the community to help find women who need breast health care and then get them funding, if they don't have it, get them into screening, such as the mammography, or some women need ultrasound after they have their mammography. Sometimes we need to do a next test for them. And so this funding helps us educate women in the community, provide them the funds to take that step. We still have women in our community who are afraid to tell somebody they don't have insurance.
Right.
You know, people are embarrassed when they say they don't have insurance.
Right.
So this program really does help find the women, and Joceline's a part of that, to educate in the community, find them, get them their screening mammogram, and then we hope to have them call us back the next year if they still need help. So.
Now let's talk about Joceline, because Joceline's, as you said, she's part of the program, and you help identify the women who do not have access to screenings, yes. and you know, on a routine basis, which is really important.
Yes, and finding the women is sometimes word of mouth. Like Nora says, we go and provide education at community centers, churches, sometimes even at health fairs. I've never been one to kind of say, here, take this, take this, take this, you must talk to me, and kind of stop and take at least away 3 little pieces of information. And one of them definitely is important in that not having insurance, or maybe being underinsured, or having high deductibles, we can definitely help in making sure a woman comes in and has her mammogram and maybe her follow-up visits, and if she needs a doctor, we can also help find one for them that fits their needs.
I think I want people to understand how important it is for you guys to receive these grants. This helps with not only equipment, but research and things like that.
Right, and Susan G. Komen Foundation out of Philadelphia, the affiliate, has been around since 1991. So they do a lot of fundraising where the money does come back into the community. Last year, $1.7 million was raised for the area. So this means that you may have a friend who lives in New Jersey or a friend that lives in Philadelphia who really needs help. They can call the Komen office and Komen will link them to the grantees. So they serve New Jersey, Philadelphia, and Delaware. So we're fortunate that they think to pick us up into that grant funding. And so when they have things like the race, the 3-day race, not the 3-day race, the race for the cure. Oh, I forgot what it's called. The race for the cure. Like they just had the 24th annual race. And so we take a bus from Christiana and we bring people up to the race. They participate. We take survivors and they have a great time. So that money that's raised comes back to the community. And sometimes organizations don't always tell that, and we benefit from it.
Right,
So
right.
we really are happy about that.
What kind of materials are available when you're trying to get this message out into the community?
There's actually a lot of, and we actually brought some for you.
Brought you a bag.
We brought you a bag.
Okay.
With materials
Hold
inside.
it up. Wait a minute. Hold it up. Hold it up. Yes, everybody can see it. I love the bag.
Yes,
And
thank
you
you.
said you might use it.
No,
so
might. I will use it every single day.
Yeah, so we brought this for you, and we did actually place some materials inside. We use a lot of information that has to do with Komen. Shower cards, there's information for young survivors, a survivorship brochure. We actually put in information regarding the Navigator program, which is the Komen Pink Ribbon program, and how to contact us.
Right.
The great thing out of the materials that Komen has is that it comes in many, many languages. So we have a lot of information in Spanish, English,
Oh, thank you.
Hindi, Chinese,
Oh, wow, you
Korean.
cover it.
So
Get a shot of me in my bag. Paul.
Oh,
Get
you
a shot of
match
me
so
in
well
my
today.
bag.
You match so- I know.
Yes, that I will
Perfectly.
be carrying every
Yes.
day. Trust me, this bag will get a ton of use. Thank you.
Yes.
You know something, I wanted to ask you, because you brought up the shower exam, which I have done on numerous times, but I'm going to be honest with you. I feel so much stuff in there. I don't know what's right and what's wrong.
The funny thing is a lot of people still believe that only touching is the most important thing, and there's actually many different factors. Only one of the exams that you do every month is actually a physical exam, a palpable. A lot of the information you see here are things you have to look for.
Right.
And
Is
so
one
that's-
breast
and-
finger than the other? Is
And
there
that's,
an
and that's
inverted
a
nipple?
new message. So
Yes.
when we're out in our community, we just started to utilize Komen's message 2 years ago,
Yeah.
where they reformatted the message, and it's breast self-awareness.
Right.
So it's know your breast,
Right.
know to get screened, know what's normal and abnormal, and live a healthy lifestyle.
Yes.
So that
Right.
we've been trying to change the messaging out in our community so women just don't think that all they can do is do a self-exam.
And I want to say something about this card. I know you can't get this, guys, back there. Sorry, Sheila and Dave. But if you notice on the card, they have the pictures, of course, of the breast, but there's different things. There's like a mark here, and so I guess you're looking for
A change in the skin.
Yeah.
It
Whether-
says dimpling
Or
and
dimpling
puckering.
or puckering that
There's
can
a
occur.
rash or
Yeah.
other things, but only one of them, as you can see, is touching. Everything else is, a difference in size.
Right.
discharge,
Comparing the
compares-
one to the other,
Yes.
Right,
comparing the nipple.
Right.
And women, we don't talk about that enough. We kind of go to the self-exam or go to the topic of getting screened, but this is what women can do for themselves that are not in the age of screening, which is 40 and older.
Right,
We're
right.
promoting screening 40 and older, unless you have a strong family history, then you should talk to your doctor about beginning screening earlier.
I'm glad you guys come to straighten that out, because I'm telling you, I'm like, oh, it feels like marbles or something. I don't
right?
know what
and,
it is.
and you don't know the difference.
You don't,
Well, unless you've been doing it for a long time, then you know what's supposed to be there and what's not supposed to be there.
Okay, yeah, that's right. That's okay. That's good.
Yeah.
Right.
So let's talk about any events that you have coming up, because you guys have actual things that are going on that you want
Sure,
people
we're
to take advantage
excited.
of.
We're excited about that. We'll come out and we'll talk to organizations that would like us to come. But we have 2 big events coming up. One is October 4th, which will be at the Ammon, and we don't actually have a name for that, but it is for our survivors, thriving, sisters getting together. So we're in the midst of pulling our sororities together to do that one. And then October 25th,
Is it
5th,
25th?
a Saturday, at the Latina Conference. And usually we have that at Bayard Middle School, so we're making plans for that. And that's really working with our Latina community.
And Joceline, I want to ask you before we go, and since Nora did say this, how much are we getting the word out to the people of color?
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, big difference.
Besides us, we have a team of outreach, which is
Yes.
9 people. And so we are going into the city, to senior centers. We're responding to calls that we get. We're joining the food pantries. We've been to churches. We go to the farmers market on Route 13.
Good.
We see a lot of people at the farmers market. We actually love going there. So I believe we're doing a really good job. And if people call us and want the information, we can teach the message. So it's always about train the trainer. One woman can count and tell another woman, and that's what makes a difference.
And everybody can get on your website and check out the block time screening and all that stuff,
Absolutely.
right?
Yes.
And let
Okay.
me give the number for the breast center, because
Okay.
I don't want, 623-4200 is the breast center. And then to call us if you need help, 623-4661.
All right. Well, thank you, ladies.
623-4661.
I'm so glad you could be here, and
Thanks
we
for
must
having
not
us.
have our visits so few and far
I
between.
promise.
All right, I'm going to hold you to that, Jocelyn.
Okay.
You're
Go right
here.
on ahead.
All right. Thank
Thanks,
you so
Shannon.
much.
Thank you.
Love my bag. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Next up, Delaware Office of Early Learning when we return.
Thanks for calling the GED Pep Talk Center. Jerry Stiller speaking. Your level 7 in-your-face pep talk.
I can keep pushing. Believe me, I'm good at it.
Once you've got your GED diploma, you'll feel so good about yourself.
You tell 'em.
Mr. Trejo, can I transfer this guy to you? He needs something a little more.
Persuasive.
Yes.
Whatever motivation you need, we've got a pep talk for you. Get your GED pep talk and find free classes at yourged.org.
Today, school kids rely on the internet for so many things: homework, math, research. But what about kids who don't have internet at home? Hello, I'm Theo Gregory, Wilmington City Council President. The internet is essential, as many as 80% of low-income families do not have access at home, including many right here in Wilmington. So help bridge this gap by supporting local broadband adoption programs. Let's get more students and families connected to the power of the internet.
The Delaware Office of Early Learning is building a system for early learning and child development services that will service children with high needs, including those who are low income, children with disabilities, and dual language learners, in order to improve children's outcomes and readiness for school and life. Brandi Miller and Daphne Evans are here now with the details. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Early learning, always important. And I was listening to the news again, and they were saying something about like how they have studies that say the earlier you start reading to your children, it really makes a big difference.
That's absolutely true. 90% of the brain is developed by the age of 5.
Wow.
So it's really important, early learning.
Wow. And that is so interesting. And I don't know if people really realize that. You know, obviously, preparing kids for school has changed so much since I was 5 in the 70s. I'll just say it like that. But, you know, it's really changed, and we know a lot more about how to get your kids ready.
It's very true. And the work of the Delaware readiness teams is trying to enhance the supports and enhance the services that are for children birth through age 8 and their families. So this initiative is funded by the Race to the Top Early Learning Challenge, as well as private funds from Nemours, United Way, and PNC. They've all put money to the table, and we've started this community process of building these teams statewide. Currently 19 teams exist statewide. They're built upon what we're calling the Delaware readiness equation, where we say ready communities, ready early learning providers, ready elementary schools, ready families, all together working, create ready children. And we want them to be ready for school and ready for life.
So when you go on with these teams, what do you guys do? Then this fits into the whole readiness equation, right?
Right.
Okay.
So as we started to build these teams, we started recruitment in the fall of 2012. We went out, did lots of information sessions all around the state, started to pull together people that represent those 4 elements. So families are at the table. Early learning educators are at the table, and administrators. There are elementary school representation at the table, as well as our librarians, our civic leaders, our health and social service. They all came together, started talking about what they offer in their communities, learning, exchanging, and saying what are our strengths and what are our challenges. So that was their first charge, is to work through a community profile, then within their communities decide what is it that we need to do different? What is it that we need to enhance or build so our children and families can feel that they're aware of what the resources are and that they can also support their children? So Daphne, do you want to talk about a couple?
Sure. We have 5 teams in Wilmington right now, and those teams are coming together in that holistic approach to talk about what's needed in these specific areas. So there's Hanover, there's Western Wilmington, there's Northeast, there's First District, and there's Center City Wilmington. These groups are coming together. For example, Center City Wilmington has completed their profile, and they're looking at ways to have early learning providers talk to the elementary schools. And they're also looking at ways to help parents become advocates for their children, parent ambassadors with the schools, and for other holistic ways that parents can advocate for their own children. Western Wilmington is looking at ways, they've done their profile, and they're looking at ways to help their children and help through social emotional ways. So giving education to the communities about how can we help our children who are having social emotional issues in early learning programs in elementary schools? What resources are there in Western Wilmington, and what systems are there? And they're going to actually communicate those systems once they do the investigation back out to the community so that the community can improve in that area.
Can I tell you, I love how this is not like a one size fits all.
No.
You are going into a specific area and saying, okay, what is it that we need to do specifically in this area? I love that.
It's very true. And our contracting partner for this work out of the Office of Early Learning is the Delaware Early Childhood Center. And Janet Cornwell is the director there. Daphne is the lead facilitator there. And there also are 6 other facilitators that work to help all of these teams. So although each one has its own plan in place, facilitators are working together and across teams to help them say, hey, this team's doing such and such, might really work here, or we can change it and adapt it to work here. So there's some sharing up and down the state, because really, although each team has their own way of getting to a deeper change, it's really impacting statewide, the change that we need to see happen.
How would you ladies say this whole initiative started? Is it because, you know, you just see the differences in the communities, just the need for kids to be educated on a different level now?
I think it was what Daphne said about a holistic approach. It's really about everyone has a stake at the table, and we all have different things, and we tend to work in silos. And this is a way that all of us are coming to the table and saying, here's what we can offer, and here's what we can do, and how can we do that together? We have an advisory council that supports this work, and Madeline Byard from Rodell chairs that, as well as there's representation from the funders, and then each component of that element in the readiness equation sits at the table as well, so that what's happening in the local communities is happening statewide as well. We have our own team that we have formed to support the 19 that are out across the state.
How would you say you ladies think that this whole thing impacts the Wilmington community and statewide?
So we have actually started some work to do a study on this initiative. We have an evaluation study beginning so that we can see the local impact that's changing, as well as the broadening statewide, that we can sort of see greater impact. But I think what we've noticed in Wilmington primarily with 5 teams is that although they all have their own community, they have felt a need to really pull themselves together now and say, okay, across Wilmington, you know, we have more than one school district represented in Wilmington. How are we talking amongst those schools? What are our feeder patterns for our kindergarten students that are entering those elementary schools? What is it that we don't know that's happening in our own community? So that they are doing their own pockets of work, but now they're starting to come together in a greater sense. And we see that happening in Sussex County too, although it's different, not in a urban type setting, but they have those transient students that also travel from school district to school district, and some of those same similar practices are happening in Sussex as we're seeing in Wilmington.
So I guess from all of that you learned, because it's a learning process, you know, so from everything that you learned, do you think that, you know, once you get everything worked out and find out, you know, who needs what, are there other things that you'd like to open up to put into the program as it grows on?
We're always looking for community partners. We've just started working with the Parenting Coalition in Delaware so that we can link our teams to those the coordinating council in the state so that they can start to talk to one another and work with one another and see what initiatives are already out there. I think that's what has really impacted me are the aha moments that we've had in meetings where two entities are sitting down that haven't talked to each other before and going, wow, I didn't know you were doing that. I can send my clients over and you're looking for participants. Well, we can send them over to your program so that we can actually talk to one another and everyone can be impacted and improve and enhance through those connections.
Right.
So although the initiative is short term, one thing that's coming out of Cape Henlopen team right now is a traveling bookmobile that includes not only books, but it includes resources for the community. And that's a partnership that they're using their funding to support them, but they've also created a great partnership with the school district where it has provided them a van, provided them the maintenance and the gas and the driver, and that will be something that will continue for years to come beyond the life of the grant.
We're hoping to build systems, to make communities better and more enhanced and feel stronger about the work that they're doing.
Ladies, it sounds like a great program, and I would like you to come back and keep us up to date on the new things that are going on.
Absolutely.
And, you know, we'd like to hear more about it. But if there are parents out there before we go that want to find out more about it, what should they do?
They can contact me, Daphne Evans, at 302-480-3873.
Okay, and they can check this out on the website
Absolutely.
too, right?
You can always come to the Office of Early Learning or the Delaware Early Childhood Center, either site, and you'll get information.
Thank you so much, ladies, and keep up the great work. Very, very important work you guys are doing.
Thank you
so much.
We appreciate it. We'll be right back with Stand By Me 50 Plus after these messages.
I grew up in the housing projects of Cleveland. I didn't even know that life could be any better than it was. Education for me has been a way to get away from the agony of what was normal life. I want to be able to impact the community, not just look back on where I came from, but to reach back to where I came from and pull some people up with me. My name is David, and I am your dividend.
Accidents happen. So do huge medical bills. Find out how to get health insurance coverage by visiting ChooseHealthDE.com.
Stand By Me 50 Plus provides resources and support to increase the economic stability of Delawareans aged 50 and older who are planning for or in retirement. They offer financial coaching, benefits access, workshops, and retirement planning. Kathleen Andersen and Jenna Fenstermacher are here now to tell us all about it. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Hello. God, I almost messed up Andersen, but got Fenstermacher right. I'm so glad you guys could join us today to talk to us all about the work that you're doing with people 50 plus in financial planning, which is important because, you know, everybody needs to have some sort of financial coaching.
Exactly. And our program is administered by the Wilmington Senior Center, and we are in partnership with Stand By Me. And our executive director, Sue Getman, saw the need in the seniors that we are serving at the senior center, that they're on a limited income, no savings. An average debt for medical debt every month is $381 for a senior.
Wow, really?
And to keep up with all the costs on a limited income without any savings is close to impossible.
Right.
And then the people 50 and above, they're not saving with the economy that we went through.
Yeah.
Their investments have gone down, and they're in need to, and we're here to help them play catch up before they retire. So we do offer benefits access for those seniors that are retired already, and we apply for them in our office and facilitate everything. So
Right.
it's smooth and easy. We help them with their budgeting so that they can cover their expenses, and we add savings as a monthly expense so that they're saving some money every
good.
month.
So I guess, Kathleen, when they come to the office, they meet with Jenna, right?
They meet with Jenna or I.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
And then, so what do you ask someone to, when they're coming in, what should they bring? Because they're essentially sitting down for financial coaching. So what is the financial coaching?
Well, when they come in for financial coaching, we don't ask them to bring anything with them. They should just come just with themselves, with their concerns, their ideas. If they have an interest in budgeting, it is useful to have a list of their income and expenses. But if they don't have that day, we'll still work on what we've got in hand that day.
Now, Kathleen mentioned that, you know, the medical expense is a big expense, but what are some of the other things that you ladies see on a daily basis that seem to be eating up the money? I mean, I guess just daily living, but.
Well, seniors have little resources, so some of them use payday loans.
Oh,
More than
no.
one payday loan.
Oh.
And
At like 500% interest?
Yes.
Oh.
And it's just awful. So we see a lot of that, and we do have a product with Stand By Me through the West End Neighborhood House, where it's a small loan ranging from $250 to $500, and they pay that off within 3 months. And so they're also, they can use that money to pay off the payday loan, and they're building their credit, so
Right.
that'll be a good tick on their credit report.
Right, right.
Absolutely. And related to that product, one of the big expenses that we sometimes see is giving money to friends and family. And so one way that we utilize the Loans Plus program is to recommend that they recommend the Loans Plus program to their friend or family member that's coming, asking them for money, say, I can't do it, but why don't you check out this Loans Plus? And that way, you know, that expense is eliminated for them, that giving.
And that is smart, because I think most people often seem to think, oh, we can go ask Uncle Joe or Grandma so-and-so because they've got tons of money, but that's not always the case, and you guys see it every day.
Yes. Yes, it's terrible.
Yeah, people just take advantage and not realizing that you're putting a burden on the person that you're borrowing money from and maybe won't probably pay it back.
Right, absolutely.
right.
So, you know, you don't want to burden that person, or the person that is getting the request, they don't want to say no. They want to be able to offer something for the person to do.
Right.
So by letting them know about these products they can access is a useful diversion.
Right, good. Now, can you guys tell us more about your partnership with the National Council on Aging? Because they have a stake in this too, right?
Yes, they do. In fact, we were just awarded a grant from them to utilize economic checkup and to continue to provide comprehensive services that we provide. And the economic checkup is an internet tool where we ask individuals questions. There's nothing about their name or anything, but we go over their income, their assets, their overall well-being, and then additional information that they'd like about maybe wills, trusts, power of attorney. And it provides them with a comprehensive report that they can use, and it provides all kinds of information and benefits they're eligible for. And then we also provide their Savvy Saving Senior workshops.
I'll say that 3 times real fast.
One is about avoiding scams, and one's about becoming resourceful with benefits and budgeting, and the other is about it's in the cards, using the Go Direct card through Social Security and prepaid debit cards. But our most popular is avoiding scams, because seniors are targeted, and we are offering them as needed, and also through the county the county activity centers.
Good, good,
Yes.
good. Do you think seniors are sometimes embarrassed to admit that they're going through financial issues?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so that's part of, Jenna said, don't bring your finances the first meeting, because it's a relationship building, and they need to be comfortable with us and get to know us a little bit, and then so we haven't had any problems with anyone really.
Right. And this is all confidential when they come to see you guys.
It is, and it's all free.
Right. Who funds you? Because now this is a great service that you guys can provide free of charge to someone.
Right. We have funding from the state of Delaware, United Way of Delaware, Bank of America, WSFS, Grant for Women, National Council on Aging, and Newcastle County.
Do you think now, is gambling a big problem with seniors? Do you think?
I'd say for some, but it's not really as prevalent in our average client.
Right, right, right. You see more of the I gave money to my third niece twice removed than I got a gambling problem.
Right. I think out of 160 people we've served so far, we've had one that had financial issues due to gambling.
Right,
Absolutely.
right.
And in those cases, we would refer to the appropriate source for that.
Right, right.
Because they might need more than just financial coaching. They might need some other support services.
I could definitely understand that. So if seniors want to find out more about the program or what they need to do, what should they do?
They can just call us, and their number is 651-3401. And we are at the Wilmington Senior Center, but also we are out at senior centers. We're out at high rises, community centers, anywhere where see the need, we are there. So
will you go out to you now? If a senior center called you and asked you to come in, you'll go in, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and we're currently at several senior centers.
Okay.
Doing
can they
financial
find
coaching.
Oh, okay. And they can find that information out on the website.
They're in the senior center newsletters.
Okay.
And then if they call us, we will meet them at the closest location.
Really great. I'm great to have you ladies on today to talk to us about saving our seniors and helping them be financially independent.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. And maybe if you want to come back, you bring a senior with you.
Oh, we'd love that.
Yeah, tell us how, the senior could tell us how you guys help them out.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
We'll make that happen. Thank you so much. Up next, Daphne, when we return.
I want my Ed TV. I want my Ed TV.
I want my Ed TV.
I want my Ed TV. I want my Ed TV. I want my Ed TV.
Now. I want my Ed TV. I want my Ed TV.
The Delaware Adolescent Program was founded in 1969 in Newcastle County in order to afford pregnant teenagers a means by which to continue their education and receive prenatal care. Dr. Doris Griffin is here with us now to talk to us about program details. Hey, Dr. Griffin, how you doing?
Hello, thank you so
My
much.
eye is tearing so much right now. I don't know why.
Well,
Allergies.
Yeah.
Something.
Thank you so very much for having us again this year. It means a lot.
We like having you on because you guys are doing something really great in the community. Aside from helping these young ladies through an interesting period in their life, you're still providing them with an education in addition to helping them with prenatal care, something that they might not do if they weren't really you know, if they were in a regular school setting.
Correct.
And I'm sure it's probably more difficult in a regular school setting when everybody else is not pregnant and you are.
Correct. The uniqueness of the Delaware Adolescent Program Incorporated is that we are willing to tailor-make an academic experience that is like none other. We don't offer a cookie-cutter experience. It is unique and germane to the needs of every student that we serve. And we have the wonderful opportunity to touch young women all throughout the state because we have 3 locations. One of the outstanding things that is taking place, and since I have joined as Director of Education last summer, we started with a pilot summer program, a recovery program last summer, and now this summer it has expanded to include the entire state. So this recovery program is free of charge.
Now, what is it, Dr. Griffin? Because you say it's like a recovery program. So, you know, what makes up the chicken soup in the recovery program?
Well, if I have struggled throughout the school year and maybe my baby was sick or I had a lot of prenatal problems, I missed a lot of school, so I didn't get the credits that I needed. Well, through our program, we're inviting you to come with us for 4 weeks so that we can assist you through a blended learning experience, meaning you will spend time working on Play-Doh and you will have an actual teacher working with you on your subject matter so that you can get the credit that you lost during the course of the previous school year. So this is a wonderful opportunity. Last year when I was here with you, I talked to you specifically about how because these young women are populating the earth faster, we need to educate them faster. And so here's an opportunity to kind of recoup some of the time that was lost so when they do go back to school, they will start on time. Now, some students have the opportunity to come with us and take a course that is not recovery. They can go on and take another course that will help them with credits towards the next school year because we want them to maximize their time. There's so many distractions that are pulling our young people away from focusing on a quality education. And what we want to do is we want to make it attractive to get an education and get it in a very small and intimate setting where you feel like people know your name, they care about your destiny, they care about helping you to see how your dreams can actually come true despite the fact that you have had a child. It's not the end of the world. And let's face facts, a lot of people had sex before they got married, they just didn't get caught. So there's no need in penalizing these students because they made a decision, and an adult decision, to not only have sex but to have a child. So do we walk away and shun them as if we don't know what they're talking about, or do we stand boldly beside them and lead them and guide them and make sure that they get a quality education?
And you know what, I think that is so powerful, Dr. Griffin. I mean, and I understand exactly what you're saying. Yeah, a lot of people did it, you just didn't get caught. I guess, which brings me to my next question. You know, Daphne is really making strides with these young ladies for the educational components. I don't want to say that, I don't want to ask, do you tell them, okay, no more kids, but I guess I want to say, can you tell them no more kids? Because you're still young, and this, even though like we're here for you and we're trying to help you, these are the best and most formative years of your young life.
Yes, I think we should talk to them like they are young adults as opposed to babies, because let's face fact, they've been exposed to not only sex, but they've been exposed to many of the traumas, the ills of life, the worst of the worst. So I do think if you want to become a surgeon, what you're going to have to do is if you're going to have sex, you have to use protection. Now listen, we're not advocating that they have premarital sex, but what we are doing is we are equipping young people to make healthy life choices. So if you have a call on your life to become a surgeon, then you really can't afford to have more children right now, because more children are going to pull away from the learning process.
Exactly. And you want the time to be able to be young yourself. You're already a parent, but you still want to be able to be a youthful young person and enjoy with young people who are not having kids, get a chance to enjoy going to college, you know, having fun, dating, do a little bit of traveling, things like that.
Absolutely. And there's so much life to see. There's so much of the world to travel and so many other life experiences. Having a child is just one life experience, but being able to travel and take your child with you maybe to see the different sights that there are to behold, oh, what a joy.
How do you think the girls grow and change during the course of the program?
Well, I think they recognize how hard it is to get an education and still be a parent. I think they realize that there are people that are their cheerleaders and want to coach them to the finish line, but the reality is the weight of the work rests on their shoulders. And that's something that we can't really alleviate from them, but we can definitely encourage them and let them know that so many others before you have done it and you can do it too.
And you guys work with their partners too. If their partner is still in the picture, I guess, to say you help them understand what's going on, right?
Yes, we have worked with fathers in the past, and we are attempting to partner with other fatherhood initiatives throughout our state, because there are some phenomenal fatherhood initiatives that are now taking place. While I'm here to talk about the Delaware Adolescent Program Incorporated, but I will throw this plug in that I do know that there's a rally this Saturday that I believe IMAC is sponsoring, all about fatherhood. And it's a great opportunity for not just men and young men and middle-aged men and older men to come together, but they're encouraging families to come and support the stance that needs to be taken to encourage fatherhood, because there's so many men that are needed in the way of role model, in the way of protector, and even provider. So I know that's taking place, but I'm sure somebody else will come and share that at a later time.
I hope they do. And you know, and I guess you want these girls and their families and their babies' fathers to re-examine their values and, you know, what's important for them, right?
Yes, we are very interested in ensuring that what they say they want, the life reflects what they really want with the end result. We are doing some outstanding partnering right now, and I would be remiss regarding our summer program if I did not talk about the fact that we have the BJ's Charitable Foundation that is supporting us with our summer program. We have the Youth Philanthropy Board for the Delaware Community Foundation. We have a flagship partnership with Sally Mae for the second year in a row, helping us with that. And then last but certainly not least, Jobs for Delaware Graduates is joining us this year, and they are doing job seeking skills training for our participants, as well as job placement for those that are 17 and 18 years old.
Really?
This year, we have some stellar opportunities for students, because if they say they want to achieve something, we want to offer them the opportunity to really go after it and get it.
Wow. And Dr. Griffin, if anybody wants to find out more about DAPI, and I know you have the 3 locations, so it's Newcastle County, Kent County, and Sussex County.
Correct.
What should they do? They can go on your website?
Absolutely. They can give us a call. I'm sure my phone number is up and posted now. They can go on the website and find us. Our executive director, Lucy O'Donnell, has made sure that all of the necessary opportunities are posted there so that anybody that has a need to advance and conquer will definitely get the information they need.
Well, it is always a pleasure having you on, sharing with us all the great works that DAPI does.
Thank you.
And you know you're welcome to come back anytime, and we love seeing the beautiful young ladies and their babies too.
Thank you.
So
Thank
come
you
back.
so very much.
Thank you. Next, we'll check in with the Delaware Humane Association and bring you an update on their new facility after these messages.
Child support clients, do you want your money faster? Sign up today to receive your funds electronically by either direct deposit into an existing checking or savings account, or the new First Aid Family Card, a prepaid MasterCard account that is credited whenever a payment is made into your child support case. For more information, visit us online at www.dhss.delaware.gov/DCSE. Or you can reach us on the phone in Newcastle County by calling 577-7171, in Kent County 739-8299, or in Sussex County 856-5386. Thank you.
What if you could invest in the future of kids, like a stock? Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change. A whole new kind of investment called Better Futures. When you invest, it helps kids go to college. Believe in us, invest in us, watch us grow. My name is Sydney, and I'm your dividend.
The Delaware Humanist, she is sweet, Patrick, and is a no-kill shelter, and you guys provide all the help for all the homeless and owned dogs and cats in the community. And Patrick and Greg are here now to tell us all about the cute animals we have. I love this kitty and your new building. And I saw the pictures, Patrick, and I'm going to take a ride by.
You should.
And yeah, you guys are really making a lot of headway.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we don't want to forget about you. You're cute too.
This is Sweetie Pie.
Cutie Pie. Cutie Pie.
Yeah.
Oops.
She's definitely cute. Definitely
Don't make
cute.
her mad today, Patrick. Please, we don't need that.
She's a corgi mix.
Really? Oh, she is cute. Okay, and what's my kitty's name that I really like a lot?
You have Crystal Light.
Crystal Light.
And
She's
I have
cute.
her brother, Brisk. So we have the iced tea cats. And this is Finn.
Totally unrelated.
Yeah, I was going to say, not a part of the family.
Yeah, I have a nephew named Finn. Shout out to Finn.
Hey,
but
Finn.
here, that's the same thing.
Finn, right?
Finnegan, I guess. Is it short for Finnegan, I guess?
I think it is. Although Finn came in April, so I don't know what was happening in April, or we would have had a Finn name. But Finn.
But we have one.
We have a lot of animals to name, so we have to get creative. Sometimes our staff does.
Oh, can people send in suggestions? Well, I guess when volunteers come in, can they help you name them?
They do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I got a name for you, Blaze.
Blaze. For a cat or for a dog?
Be more like a. Do you think Blaze is more like a dog name? What do you guys
I think Blaze should be like a purse dog. My name's Blaze.
We've had Blazes before, probably both cat and dog, I think.
Really?
We've done it all.
Oh, get out of here.
We're cycling back around.
Right.
Okay, well, I'm going to think of a cool name before we leave this segment today.
Well, you know, speaking of that, people have said one of the greatest things about Delaware Humane is that we do know our animals by name.
Oh.
We do take them very seriously once they're in our doors. We know them by name, our staff knows them, and when they get adopted, you know, we're clear like, hey, Finn got adopted.
Oh,
yay.
yeah. And all of these fine animals are up for adoption, right?
They are.
They are.
Now, would you like to keep the brother and sister together?
Well, we often encourage people to adopt 2 kittens at a time. Because they get they have fun together.
Right.
And what they say 2 cats is no more work than 1. So
right.
We don't require that they go together, but
it
they may
would
be
nice.
encouraged.
Yeah, it would be nice.
I know.
So Patrick, tell us all about your new building.
Well, we are very excited because, as you know, I feel like I've been coming on the show many years talking about it. So.
But look, it's here now.
It's here.
It's like we're giving birth to the baby.
We are.
Yes.
Yes. So we started construction actually in December, and we had a lot of snow, but we are right on schedule. We're supposed to open in November.
Wow.
So it's really coming along, and it's been a long process, several years.
Aren't you happy? It's like really
it's very
there.
exciting.
So now, okay, let's talk about how this facility would be so much better for like the people that work there, the animals that you guys take care of. And one thing I wanted to know, like, so does this allow you to have equipment that you normally wouldn't be able to house there? Will you now be able to have equipment there? You know, like if you're doing some special procedure and you can't have it there, but you have to bring equipment in or something, you know?
Not so much, Greg's going to say. Not so much new equipment, but new space.
Okay.
Like right now, for example, we do our spay-neuter surgery on our van in our parking lot, our mobile van. So our new building does actually have a medical suite with a surgery suite.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't get that one. The claws are still in.
Yes. That dog is very interested.
Oh, I know. We have a
live TV and animals.
Listen,
you know?
it
He's
makes it the
licking
best,
her.
right?
So the other thing is we don't have much meeting space or community space. So a great thing about our new building is we have a community room, which is a place where we can have, not only our meetings and volunteer orientation, but some educational programs. Can open the door for community events. We can do kids' birthday parties in there. Or even if you want to have an adult party.
We can do adult birthday
animals.
parties too, if you want to come and have an adult party too.
Get out of here, really?
Bring some of the animals and sure.
I think that's a fun party. I'd come.
Yeah, absolutely. We just, I just think it'll really it'll make Delaware Humane more of a community center, a resource in the community, rather than just a pound or the shelter.
Right. Will you be able to house, not that I'm encouraging folks to drop off their animals there, but will you be able to house more animals now?
We will be able to house more animals, not a huge number more than we do. We'll just, we decided to be responsible about the building, build a building we can afford to then operate. It's more about housing them more effectively. Better flow, just a more beautiful building, more light, lots of glass, color. So it is more of an adoption center, animal care center, rather than, again, like a pound or a dark, sad place. So it's more of a place you want to come to adopt a pet.
Greg looks happy that he's moving in.
I am very happy. I mean, you were talking about some of the health things. I'm actually allergic to cats, and
Patrick, and you give him the other cat.
You didn't know that when I started the job,
him too,
but the great thing is you have a cat, and so the air filtration will be so much better. So not only will the pets be better living situation, but all the staff and volunteers and all of our guests that come in. But I'm really excited about that.
Our building will have a very sophisticated HVAC system, so and our windows won't actually open. So, but we do have some indoor-outdoor space for the animals, obviously, like we do now. But it'll definitely be better air breathing.
So what happens to your old building? They'll just demolish that down?
Yeah, we're building the new one. We'll move in, then they'll demolish the old one, and then they'll reconfigure the parking lot and reconfigure the site work.
I'm so happy for you
So
guys.
middle of January, they'll be completely done, all of that.
Oh, that's great. Now talk to us about some of the fun events that you have coming up. And can I tell you, I really like the one about the rubber ducks.
There you go.
A rubber duck. Give her a rubber duck.
We're going to give you
Is that for me? Another gift? Can I have this?
You can have that.
You're really not going to take it back when you leave?
I'm really not going to take it back. You can have this rubber duck.
Put it on your desk.
Now, it won't count for a winning rubber duck. We are doing a brand new event exclusive to this area, exclusive to about a 45-mile radius. This is DHA's Rubber Duck Race.
Okay.
This is going to occur on Thursday, September 4th. It is going to be at Tubman Garrett Park, in between the Walnut Street Bridge and the Market Street Bridge.
Really?
We are going to drop 5,000 of those into the water. They are going to race for big cash prizes, and it is going to be quite the spectacle of activity.
Well,
so
I'm going to ask a dumb question. So how will I know if my duck wins?
We'll call you.
We'll call you. We actually, about a week before the duck race, we have to tag the ducks with a number, 1 to 5,000. You will get a number, an adoption number, and then you can buy a duck for $5, or you can buy quack packs of ducks for less than $5 per duck, and you'll have a chance to win. So once the first 10 ducks cross the finish line, we'll let them know what the number is. We'll basically call a secret number, and they'll tell us exactly who the winner is based on the adoption number they have. So it's very exciting. It's we're looking forward to this event.
I like that. Who thought of that? That's a good idea.
Yeah, we were just trying to think of something new and creative, and we came across that.
I
But
love
also,
that.
our other two events are Martini Mixer and our Walk for the Animals, which Greg will talk about too. They're very dog-oriented. They tend to be dog-oriented, so we wanted something that, for the people who aren't dog people, like cat people, and also people who just like to have a good time and adventure. So adopting a duck connects to our mission, but it'll be fun.
All right, Greg.
So it should be a lot of fun. And then we are on October 5th, which is a Sunday, we're going to do our 24th annual Walk for the Animals, Tales Around the Tower. So that will be at Rockford Park, and we'll have more than 500 individuals there. We want everyone to come out. It's a fun 1-mile walk, lots of games and activities for all the participants. It's also one you bring your dog, enjoy. If your cat walks, bring your cat, but I wouldn't recommend it with all the dogs that are going to be there. But it's a fun event. But this is the first time that we're doing these two events sort of back to back. So the duck will likely become a more summer event in the future, but we wanted to just try it this year. So definitely come out, buy a duck, and you don't have to be present to win, but it will be more fun and exciting.
If you do, yeah.
If you
like,
are
oh my
there.
God, I won! I won!
That's right. So sponsorship opportunities are still available for all of the activities that we're doing, but we're really excited about this, and it'll just be another way that we can help the animals.
Well, I love Delaware Humane Association. I'm going to put in my request, but I know it's not going to happen. You know what event I want to come back.
Oh yeah, our Halloween event.
Oh my God, it was so much fun.
Maybe not this year because we have a lot going on with the opening, but someday maybe.
Okay.
It was fun.
I love that one. And you made a great dog that year.
Yeah.
Do you remember what I was?
I was dressed as a dog.
You were dressed as a dog. I was a ladybug.
I remember.
You remember?
Mm-hmm.
And there was a yellow
Those
brick
will be
road.
good pictures.
Good time.
You'll need to post next time, you know, embarrassing pictures.
Well,
was that
thank you,
before
guys.
Facebook, right?
Yes,
was.
it was before Facebook,
Wow.
definitely.
Back in the day.
But thank you guys for joining us. I love my duck.
You didn't tell us the name that you wanted? You started to say a name that
Blaze.
Oh, Blaze was your... Okay.
Blaze and Skittles.
Skittles. We've had
okay.
Skittles,
Oh,
definitely.
man.
Come up with something even more creative.
I'm going to email
Think about
you.
it.
All right. Window Wilmington will be back after these messages.
Accidents happen. So do huge medical bills. Find out how to get health insurance coverage by visiting choosehealthde.com.
2 outs with a runner on first base. Now the big guy comes up to bat, hitting .342 with 92 RBIs and 36 homers. First pitch is Valentin back.
Chill raw and prepared foods promptly. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
We also wanted to remind you that Delaware Humane Association is open through construction. Now here's some information on the Delaware Breast Cancer Coalition's mobile mammography van.
The Delaware Breast Cancer Coalition operates the state of Delaware's mobile mammography van. We take it around the state, bringing it to women in need of screenings, and we match them up with insurance options if they're uninsured or underinsured, and we bring it to them so they don't have to go to a doctor's office or get a ride to the doctor's office. We bring it right to them in their communities. We have staff at the Breast Cancer Coalition who are bilingual screening navigators, so they will chaperone a woman to her appointment if they require or if they request a chaperone, and they will help translate.
I'm here today because of the importance of getting screened when it comes to breast cancer. Nowadays, with the type of technology that we have and the screening that's available, there is no reason for women to be experiencing mortality from breast cancer. Prevention is the #1 key to getting treatment, to catching it early, and to have a survival rate.
We can bring the van to you if you have a business or a church or some kind of community organization that wants to get screened in a group. We'll bring it to you. We also have regular places we go every month, such as Westside Family Health, such as the Circle in Georgetown, really throughout the state, wherever we're needed, we try to be.
Thanks for tuning in. For everybody here at WITN Channel 22, I'm Shannon Harris. See you next time.